Hello everyone, I am Tobias, and we are back with another normal pay-to-play playthrough episode. When I last left off, we explored Nardai, this desert city, which is pretty small, yet was still decently entertaining. If you recall, we came across the crew from the Below Ice Mountain. As you can see, Burntoff, Marley, Willow, who betrayed us, and also Checo. These fellows are hiding from law enforcement in, I guess, Varrock area. So they're taking refuge in the desert. So yeah, anyway. I have no experience in hunting so far, and I'm trying to get some of my skills to at least level 10 so that they are decently presentable. So for this session, I'm hoping to do the Natural History Museum quiz, which will allow me to gain a ton of Hunter XP. And I think unlock other stuff as well. Let me just put some of this stuff away. I need to at some point reorganize my inventory. It's just a pain. Oh my god, so much stuff. I just dump everything there, and then just pull out another 5k, and then just dump my gear in there. This goes here. It's fine. Okay. Which means I need to go to Varrock, so 1, 2, 3, 1, and then wrong thing, and then 1. So let's go do that. It should not take too long. I am using RuneLite, so I expect the RuneLite plugin to be my assistance. Although the questions themselves should be pretty straightforward, I don't think they will be too much of a brain buster. So this Natural History quiz thing is not officially listed as a Miniquest, although it functions as one. It's kind of weird that they would do this. Makes it very hard to find unless you are using Wikipedia. So to do this, you have to head down to you have to head to Varrock Museum, and then basically here's a museum. There's a East Gate, East Bank, and there's a palace for reference. Head down to like a lower level here. Orlando Smith. He sounds like that one SmackDown wrestler, Orlando Bloom, or whatever his name is. Looks very young. It's a weird way to phrase a male of the same sex. Anyway, before I talk to him, let me just check around the area. See what we got going on, You always want to do a perimeter check of the place. Kudos is a favor-ish system that allows you to, I think, redeem to be awarded some XP tombs. So you can choose to level up your prayer, your hunter, etc. You also are able to access more stuff within the game. For example, some quests require a kudos of at least 50 with the museum and so forth, as well as the gate outside here in Varrock. This gate, leading into the dig site. This gate right here requires 151 kudos, stuff like that. So there's definitely things you can gain from this. So yeah, it's a favor system with the museum essentially. And these are all the different things that we'll have to be quizzed on as we go through. Nothing too crazy, it's just kind of pretty straightforward. Has a walkway. Nothing really eye-catching yet, for better or worse. Okay, so I think that's basically what it is. Oh, and there's also a fossil crate near the staircase that you can pull out of and go up to the first floor of the museum to clean. Somewhere here. Here's a crate. I think it's down another level. Probably another level, yeah. Yeah, there it is. And there we are. This is a fossil storage that if you are on fossil island and you find a bunch of fossils, how you kill crabs, do activities there, and then you kind of dump them in the fossil storage on that island. You can access the same storage inside the museum, and then you can head up to like the first floor. You can head up all the way to the first floor, and just simply use this crowd off area to clean your fossils, perhaps get XP, get the rare finds, etc. So that's what it is for that area. Maybe the Jackass will install another kind of quiz section. I don't know what this area actually does, honestly. So there's apparently a dog or something there. What the heck is this? Looks like this case is lacking any content at the moment. Haha. Viewer. For getting a better view at the larger display. There is none. There you go. Large display of nothing. So I think there's definitely another area here that will eventually peruse. David. A renowned expert in palynology and natural history. How do I exit? Oh, there we are. There's something else there, nothing else there, same kind of viewer thing there. Nothing else here, you can go down here, okay, nothing else there. So there's only one dude here apparently. And this is closed off. And perhaps they'll install like a monster fight pit or something. Always good to check, I guess. Apparently there's something here for some reason. I don't remember doing anything here. What the heck is this? Alright, David, explain yourself. What is this thing? I wish to know. Hello, young adventurer. What brings you to the museum paleontology floor? What is paleontology? I'm glad you asked. Paleontology is the study of prehistoric life forms in Glynor through the examination of fossils. We use fossils to try to determine several things, such as information about what fossils belong to, what the environment was like back then, and try to uncover secrets of Glynor's past. Well, what else would you like to know from me? Where do the fossils come from? Brilliant question. Fossils or creatures are found in red sedimentary rock. We use specialized tools to carefully remove the unwanted parts of the rock, exposing only the fossil behind. If you're looking for fossils yourself, I hear that there is a voyage to a mysterious island to discover new types of fossils. Ha 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 ha. Nice boots. You should speak to the curator as he knows more than I do about that shit. Oops, sorry language. Is there anything else you can help me with? What can I do with said fossils? Any fossils you find can be added to the surrounding display cases. If you manage to complete the display case, the museum will ensure you are rewarded for your efforts. Also, if you find any rare fossils on your travels, make sure you hold on to them. Something tells me that they become very valuable in the future. Jackass will install new updates, perhaps a bidding system for fossils. Any other questions? What can you tell me about some of the fossil displays? It looks like the museum doesn't have any complete fossil displays here yet. I could only speculate on what they will contain. No idea, dude. They could contain absolutely everything. Alright, well, that's something we can come back to. I don't think there's anyone else here. Just one dude, by himself. One bro. Alright, you are on your way as it is. What is this? Okay. Crowd off. Why is this crowd off? No idea. Alright, Orlando. Good day there, mate. Good day, are you alright? You look a little lost. Well, mate, to tell you the truth, I think I come across a gutter with these displays. Come a what? Gutsy and no mistake. Me boss asked me to put together a quiz for the visitors. But to be the dealer with you, I wasn't paying much attention to me boss over there, and I've done quite a bit of a rush job. You mean the natural historian? Blimey, bloke, yes. Say, can you do me a favor? What do you need to be done? Well, you look like a pretty smart bloke. Could you please take a look at the display plaques and make sure that they are correct with the information so that we don't mislead any visitors? No thanks, I'm too busy. Ah, fair dinky mites. I'm sure I'll get someone else to help me out. Let's try this again. Sure thing. Let's go. Bonza mites. I reckon Bonza mites. I reckon 3 questions per case should be a bang 2 rights. Take a gander at each case, and I'll look over your shoulder to give you some advice. Will do. Then why don't you just follow me then? Why even waste my time? if you have all the answers already. Okay, so natural historian. This is the boss apparently. An age expert in natural history. Hello there, and welcome to the Natural History exhibit of the Varrock Museum. And what is your job here? We look after the research in this area. While I'm not doing that, I'm teaching people about the natural wonder of the world, like yourself. Okay, nice. I got some questions for you. Go away. Fire away. Tell me about natural history. The field of natural history covers a range of sciences. Zoology, the study of living things; botany, the study of plants; and zoology, the study of animals. Though the field is growing all times, we're also using techniques from magic, astrology, and numerology. A person interested in natural history is known as a naturalist. Okay. Tell me about terror birds. Terror birds, the fastest bird on 2 legs. If you follow me to the display case, I shall explain all about what they are. Terror birds live in nomadic groups between 5 and 50 birds, often traveling together with other grazing animals. They mainly feed on seeds and other plants. They also eat insects such as locusts if they can catch them. They have no teeth to chew with, so they just swallow pebbles. They swallow pebbles that help grind the swallowed food in the gizzard. Oh wow, that's weird. You would think that you would think that swallowing rocks would lead to indigestion issues. I don't think any stomach acid can dissolve pebbles, besides I guess the Komodo dragon, or I guess a anaconda. They can go without water for a very long time, exclusively living off the water in the plants. However, they enjoy water and frequently take baths when they can. Terror birds are known to eat almost anything, particularly in captivity, where opportunity is increased. Terror birds usually weigh a little less than a small unicorn. The feathers of adults are mostly green, with some white on the wings and tail. There are claws on the 2 of the wings' fingers, and their strong legs have no feather. The birds stand on two toes, and with the bigger toe resembling a hoof, its feet have no claws. This is an adaptation unique to terrorbirds that appear to aid in running. Their legs are powerful enough to kill even large animals. Okay. The gnomes in particular prize the terrorbird for its fast running speed, using them as mounts whenever possible. There are a number of recorded incidents of people being attacked and killed, but I think big males can be very territorial and aggressive and can attack and kick very powerfully with their legs. A terrorbird is so fast it can easily outrun any human athlete. And this concludes my short lecture on terrorbirds. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. So it's like a miniaturized version of a T-Rex. Okay, and there he is. And you tell me about, it's each section has its own natural historian with their own, I guess, lecture on the animals that are in that particular section. Tell me about the cowfight queen. Cowfights. The insectoid eating machines. If you follow me, I will tell you about them. Alright. The cowfights, otherwise known as Calphisacabinae, are perhaps the largest species of insects on the face of Glynor. Their queen is called the Calphisacabinae pasha. No idea how to say that. Most of the early documentation and research on this fearsome predatory species was performed by the noted bug hunter Iqbar Ali Abdullah. This, of course, was before he was driven insane by his research and ran off into the desert screaming. Cowfights are related to beetles and scorpions. They are mainly green in color. Some have remarkable antennae which can detect the slightest movements. Their carapace, which is like the shell, is composed of armor plates called laminae. The shell can be compressed into a ball or fanned out like leaves in order to sense odors. The front legs are adapted for digging the enormous tunnel systems that serve as their nests. They exist in class-based systems like a rich poor, etc., with the soft-shelled larvae at the bottom going up to the workers, and then of course the queen is at the top. Voracious carnivores, a pack of adult workers can strip the flesh from a full-grown camel in a matter of seconds, leaving nothing but a few bones and strips of fur for the scavengers to fight over. They typically live in large nests marked by the rock-hard pillars found in hot deserts, such as the one southwest of Al-Qarid, which rise out of the sand like the tombs of the desert pharaohs. Indeed, there is some relationship between the cowfight queen and the desert god Scarabarus, but no one is really sure what that is. During the early past of the Fourth Age, Scarabarus proclaimed himself omnipotent and outlawed worship of all other gods except himself. When the people eventually revolted against his repressive rule and banished Scarabarus, it is said his blood washed over the scarabs and transformed them into the cowfights we now know. Wow. Of course, any right-minded scientist discounts these myths as just mere stories and there isn't any factual evidence. And that concludes my short lecture on cowfights. I hope you enjoy yourself. Okay. Alright, and that's how that is. Okay, so now like I said, we kind of just go through the actual plaque studying. How many claws do terrorbirds have? The answer is 4. That's why it's green. Nice job, mate. That looks right. How many teeth do terror birds have? That would be 0. Nice job, mate. That looks right. What is a terror bird's preferred food? Anything. Nice job, mate. That's right. Buns, mate. I think that's all of them. I'm gonna try it again. The terror bird. Aves terror. I guess that's the scientific name. And you push a button. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Nice little display there. Mechanically powered machine. Schoolboy. Was that interesting to you, Schoolboy? I think these are... I bet a wyvern would beat a dragon. I bet a wyvern could beat a dragon in a fight. Okay. Okay, same schoolboy. Cheeky little chappy. What the heck does that even mean? Looks kind of familiar. My dad says he got bitten by a giant snail once, and the monkeys are so funny looking. Hey, I just want to say, yay, a day off school. Yeah, good for you. Schoolgirl. She looks happy. Apparently same dialogue. I guess they all share the same kind of dialogue thing. Teacher and pupil. Okay. What do you want to see now, dear? The penguins, the penguins. Alright, I think that's about all the NPCs there. Okay, let's go over here. Oh, this one is on his back. Teacher, sir, I need a toilet. I told you to go before I got here, but sir, I didn't go then. Alright, come on. Oh, sad, man, sad. And same dialogue. I study this plaque and give them the answers. Cow fights are ruled by a pasha. Name the prominent figure in cow fight mythology, Scarabæus. What are cow fights assumed to have evolved from? Scarabeetos. Correct. Ding 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 ding. And as you see, we have more kudos now from doing this. Haha. Don't mess with that guy. How am I doing so far, Orlando? Good day, mates. I'm getting there, so I have something to do. Alright. Let's go down here over here. Schoolgirl, what are you? We're going to see the dragons, they're my favorites. Everyone. Alright, so this is the Natural History Museum person for this area. I think it has the same dialogue as and there's 4 different cases here. Okay, so it's the same layout basically. Teacher and pupil, students with the same shared dialogue. Okay. Then the only thing that's kind of different is really the displays and also the lectures. Corresponding teacher display. Tell me about snails. Snails. Each in Latinus gastropods. Follow me. Snails move like worms by squishing up and stretching out very slowly. They also make a lot of slime in order to aid moving by reducing the friction. They use slime for protection as well. For instance, snails can use their slime to crawl over razor-sharp blades without being hurt. And it also keeps them away from dangerous insects like ants. When they hide in their shell, snails secrete a special type of slime which tries to cover the entrance of their shell like trapdoors. This is called a perculum. The snails of Mauritania are the most malignant mollusks ever to have studied. They are broken down into two distinct species, Achitinda acidia and Achitinda acidia gigantus. So small and basically large. Are more commonly known as acid-spitting snail rather, and giant acid-spitting snail. Both of these varieties are voracious carnivores, using their mutated mouthpieces to spit a glob of powerful acid to kill their foe. They simply have to wait while their digestive juices make short work of the poor creature. Then they simply slurp up what remains on the floor. How these strange creatures came to be is still something of a mystery. The most prevalent theory suggests that they mutated as a reaction to an as yet unknown pollutant that seems to have appeared in the swamps. The local populace has capitalized on the appearance of these strange species, using their shells to fashion a rudimentary helm that is fairly resistant to snail acid. Other known use cases are being a tasty local delicacy and a fireproof oil. Wow. And this concludes my short lecture on snails. I hope you enjoy yourself. There is a thing called the serpentine helm, which is one of the, I think, best venom helmets. It not only protects you from any venom from say doing Zora boss runs, but you also can, I think, poison people as well more easily or something like that. I've never really have used it, but it's definitely a thing that is pretty popular. Monkeys. Monkeys, the Simeon Collective. Follow me. A monkey is a member of either two known groupings of Simeon primitives. Excuse me for a moment. These two known groupings are the Karamja monkeys and the harmless monkeys. Okay. Because of their similarities to monkeys, apes such as chimpanzees and gibbons are often called monkeys by accident. Though some natural historians don't consider them to be monkeys, also a few monkey species have the word ape in their common name. So it's very confusing. The Karamja monkeys are rumored to be fairly cunning and intelligent creatures, although rumors that they have learned human speech is just anecdotal at best. It appears they stand much shorter than a human and tend to move in hunchback fashion. Karamja monkeys are also spotted with a red mohawk, although it is not known whether this is an affectation or not. They are a bunch of heavy rock enthusiasts. They are very fond of bananas and bitter nuts, eating them in huge quantities whenever they can get their paws on them. The harmless monkeys of Harmless are a very similar breed, but somewhat entirely different. They stand roughly the same size, but are slightly lighter colored. Interestingly, Karamja monkeys have a deep dislike of seaweed, though this may stem from the actions of a number of irresponsible people. For one of the quests is, I think, Tai Bawawanai Trio. In that quest, you will hunt down a Karamja monkey and then kind of skin it for a skin, which you will then make with a seaweed for a monkey sandwich. So it's kind of gross, but that's probably where the disdain for seaweed comes from, because they probably saw their friends and relatives being skinned and made into sandwiches with seaweed. It's kind of gross. And that concludes my short lecture on monkeys. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Okay. Sea slugs. Ah, the cute crustaceans. Follow me. The term he's on the floor. The term sea slug is something of a misnomer. Whilst these small creatures have a soft body like that of a slug, they possess a very hard shell like a snail. So it's actually a sea snail, to be more precise. Very little is known about what the sea slug, as we have known them to be to procure a sample for observation study. For some reason, all expeditions we have sent to retrieve a sample have mysteriously disappeared, or have letters sending back that they announced their desire to quit the museum and go do other things. It is presumed that the species is native to the very deep waters around the eastern Dune coastline by Witch Haven. There seems to be some natural resources in the area that the sea slugs are using as the underwater habitat. There is much the same around many coastal areas on Glynor. Thorough looking at similar species have determined that the sea slug is a harmless little creature. It spends much of its life grazing on seaweed and other plant life. That is not true. It also takes over people's bodies, as we have seen in the Sea Slug quest, which I think I've done in this playthrough. There are reports that these reclusive animals have two large fangs at their fronts, though this is used to be either decorative or defensive purposes, assumed to be rather. If they do follow the same patterns as other creatures, the shell will be nigh on impervious to most attacks. Their exposed soft skin may have a number of nematocysts, or stinging organs, similar to the jellyfish. It is typical of prey animals such as these to develop some kind of unique defense mechanism to allow them to survive. Further, if only we could acquire one for study, I'm sure we could figure out how they actually work. And that concludes my lecture on sea slugs. Okay. Where is he now? Okay, there it is. And there's one more. Snakes. The slithering squatomata. Follow me. Serpentis or Ophididia is a suborder under Squatomata that snakes belong to, like a big family. Unlike serpents, snakes have no limbs whatsoever. Not that this limits them. Snakes live in or near every habitat in the world. Found in nice tropical forests, temperate latitudes, and even in the ocean, some have adopted specialized stomach acids that they inject into their prey as venom, while others prefer to grab and crush their food. While others are still fast hunters who use speed and strength to overcome their prey. The sense of smell in snakes have been enhanced in an amazing way, while with most animals like you and me, tiny particles are filtered through their nose. However, instead of using just their nose, these animals use their tongue as well. When a lizard or a snake wants to smell its surrounding, it will wave its tongue around and lick up the particles in the air. The tongue then returns to the mouth, and the tips of the tongue are pushed against the tiny pits in the roof of the snake's mouth. Since these pits are split apart from each other, the tongue itself also has a similar split fork. This is why snakes have forked tongues. So next time you see a snake sticking out its tongue at you, remember sniffing the air, not trying to bite you. And that concludes the lecture on snakes. I hope you enjoy yourselves. And that's all the area there. Okay, so let's just do this. What is snake venom adapted from? Stomach acid? Looks good. Which habitat do snakes prefer? Anywhere. Lizards and snakes belong to the same order. And what is that? Squatamata. Bonza. And let's just watch the animation. It's like a train track. We assume that sea slugs have a stinging organ on their soft skin, which is called nematocysts. In which way are sea slugs similar to snails? They have a hard shell. What do we think the sea slugs feed upon? Seaweed? Nope. Alright. And let's see what this thing does. Pretty accurate from what I could tell in the sea slug quest anyway. Study plaque. Which have the lighter skin color, Karamja or harmless monkeys? Harmless. What color mohawk do Karamjan monkeys have? Red. Monkeys love bananas. What else do they like to eat? And bitter nuts. Alright, and let's watch the animation here. Up we go. There we go. And new plaque. How do Mauritania snails capture their prey? Spitting acid. How do snails move? Contracting and stretching. Yoga. What does Achintia acidia mean? Acid spitting nail. There we are. And likewise. That one was kind of disappointing in a way. Alright, and that's that area. Two more down. Two more to go. Okay, over here. Alright, here we are. Lizards! Let's hit those lizards. The scaly herbivores. Follow me. Looks like a honey badger. Contrary to popular belief, even though most lizards have a yellow belly, they are not in fact cowardly. Most Glynor lizards will not shy away from a good fight and can be very tough. This is due to a very thick and rough hide made from thousands of thick scales. Most people who claim to be hunters have a very hard time trying to dispatch these lizards. In fact, the only people to successfully discern how to kill these tough little squamatas are the 5 legendary Slayer Masters. Wow. Although we assume they must have some kind of natural predator as well. Interestingly enough, these scales are made from the same substance as your hair. So this is called keratin. Also the same as your nails as well. Lizards have a very well-developed sense of vision and hearing. Some people think that some lizards have a third eye. Ooh, lizard people. And tiny light-sensing transparent structure on the top of the head that helps them regulate how long they stay in the sun. And this is vital because cold-blooded creatures have no way to internally regulate temperature. So when the sun goes down, unless they when the sun goes down and it's super hot, they need to find another heat source, which I think is why they go underground or something to keep together. Like many cold-blooded creatures, if they are subjected to a sudden decrease in temperature, they will become sluggish and sleepy. And this concludes my lecture. Alright, let's go talk to him again. Alright. Tortoises. The armored ancients. Follow me. The tortoise is a very well defended beast. It uses an armor shell just like the aquatic cousins, the terrapin and the turtle. Tortoises can vary in size from being as long as your hand to as big as a unicorn. Most land tortoises eat nothing but plants in the wild. Did you know you can tell how old a tortoise is by the number of rings in the shell, just like a tree? Most land-based tortoises eat plants, feeding on grazing grasses, weeds, leafy greens, flowers, and cabbages. Tortoises generally live as long as people, and some individuals are known to live longer than 300 years old. Because of this, they symbolize longevity within some cultures, such as gnomes who breathe them for battle. The oldest tortoise ever recorded was Miniquest, who was presented to the King Hethor the Great by the famous explorer Admiral Bake shortly after its birth. Miniquest is still in the care of the Gnomish royal family. Wow. And that concludes our lecture. Perhaps I'll talk to Miniquest eventually when I explore a tree known either village or stronghold. Alright, dragons! Hold on dragons, see what he says. The mighty hunters of the sky. The dragons of Glenor are a most confusing species, standing at approximately 12 feet tall. These imposing predators strike fear into the beasts and minds of most sane folk. However, if you delve into a little deeper, their history and lifestyle, a few things stick out as very unusual. With most species, there is a line, an ancestry, if you will, whereby you can track the progress of a creature from some present form back into the past. For instance, you can do so with the common house cat, which, if you trace it back all the way back to the saber-toothed Kayat. However, with dragons, no such root ancestor has ever been found. It just came out of nowhere. There are many forms of dragons, such as the common colored and metallic or ferrous dragons. They colonize many areas of Glenor, though most notably sites of ancient battles and small, dank caves where they smoke weed all day. Joking. Eating habitats tend to vary with the majority of their diet being meat. However, it's also been noted that they can consume metals as well, with runite being thought of as a delicacy. Runite is the highest ore you can mine, I think. Throughout history, dragons have appeared in myth and legend as fearsome adversaries and cunning creatures. However, modern evidence does not support this. Most young dragons are largely creatures of instinct with a vicious streak of killing. The lifespan of the common dragon is not yet known, as no dragon has ever been observed dying of old age. So it can live forever if they wanted to. Although it has been mooted. What the heck is mooted? Mooted that spontaneous combustion could be considered a natural cause of death for the species. Spontaneous combustion. Imagine that, just spontaneously done. And that concludes my lecture. Spontaneous combustion. How interesting. Alright, and there's only one left, the wyverns. The extinct lizards. Follow me. The wyvern's tail is a sad one. This now extinct species is presumed in some way to be related to the dragon, in that they are both large flying beasts. The wyvern stands much shorter than an adult dragon, and only 2 legs as opposed to the dragon's 4 legs. Much of the evidence for wyvern behavior comes from the reconstruction of old bones in the icy mountains of Asgardia. As most lizards cannot maintain their own body temperature, 2 theories have been proposed for how they survived. One is that Asgardia was at one time a much more temperamental client than it is now. The other is that the wyverns could generate fire internally in much the same way as dragons, so they can do dragon fire breath. If they follow the dragon paradigm, then they would have been carnivores, feeding on cows, sheep, and other livestock. How and why the wyverns became extinct is a mystery, though if you consider the theory that the climates of Asgardia changed suddenly, then this could explain why it became extinct. Climate change. There are some inconsistencies in the findings we have for the wyverns, such as the odd wear patterns of some bones, which really could only have happened after the creature died. So someone, I guess, was like experimenting on it or something. Also, the bones have been collected and remain a little below room temperature whenever they are kept, so there's a kind of weird effect there. They have also been shown to radiate a very weak magical aura. I'm sure that in due time these mysteries will be solved. And that concludes my short lecture on wyverns. I think that when you do the Dragon Slayer 2 quest and you discover that the Dragonkin, which is like a 2 bipedal dragon species that is immortal, and who created the now as we know as dragons, you find out that the Dragonkin was experimenting on wyverns and using magic to convert them into more powerful beasts, aka the dragons. I think that's what that is all about. Yeah, I don't remember that quest in full detail though. What is the ambient temperature of wyvern bones below room temperature? A natural superconductor. What are the wyvern's closest relatives? Dragons. How did the wyverns die out? Climate change. Oh, ding 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 ding. Alright, let's see. Dance. Alright, next one. What is the favored territory of dragons? Old battle sites. I wonder why. What is considered a delicacy by dragons? Runite. Adventurous. Nope, not quite. Approximately how many feet tall do dragons stand? 12 feet. Double the size of an average biggest person. Bonza. And then we just do this button. Haha. Alright. Do you know where the moles are? Not in this section. Which race breeds tortoises for battles? Gnomes. Oh, those gnomes. How does a tortoise protect itself? Hard shell. If a tortoise had 20 rings on its shell, how old would it be? 20 years old. Interesting. And let's see what it does. Whoa! And the lizard. How does a lizard regulate body heat? Sunlight. Chili sauce. Nope. Who discovered how to kill lizards? The Slayer Masters. The wise old man. Probably him too. What happens when a lizard becomes cold? It just becomes sleepy. It explodes. Yes, explodes into a fine mist. Explodes into antimatter. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. And there's one more section, and then that'll be it. Alright, bro, I'm here to learn more. Camels. Camels, the ships of the desert, the chickens of the sea, the chickens of the sand. The term camel, I've actually never had camel. I do want to try. I think camel would be similar to camel would be like a mixture of like pork and chicken. I think it's not too what's the word, too dense like beef, but probably similar to pork. The term camel refers to either of the two known species of camelid. There is the Bactrian, which has 2 humps and can be found throughout Alcrid. It is also referred to the Usanki, or one-humped camel. That sounds like a painful ride. Most camel are ill-tempered beasts at the best of times, requiring a great deal of time and effort to tame. This would explain why used camel salesmen are in such a hurry to get rid of them, because they're just such a pain to deal with. In the wild, camels have been known to lie in wait and ambush hapless travelers before devouring them. Oh wow, so they are carnivores apparently. That is quite surprising, as most domestic camels are happily eating nothing but vegetables. Quite a change in diet. Camel milk is much more nutritious than cow milk and goes well in a strong desert drink akin to tea. Another useful camel byproduct is dung. Their dung is very dry due to the highly efficient metabolism of the camel. Scientific research has been shown that chili has a disastrous effect on a camel's digestive system, producing toxic dung. And that concludes my lecture. Leeches, the hemophagic parasites. Follow me, like the magic school bus. Follow me, kids, on this new journey. Leeches are fascinating creatures and are very similar to worms in most regards. They like to inhabit streams, rivers, and seas, but their preference is for stagnant pools of water, where they can then ambush predators. One of the most common misconceptions is that all leeches feed on blood. Nope. Some feed on hope and dreams. In fact, very, very few leeches are parasitic blood-sucking animals. Most leeches are just meat eaters, feeding on a variety of invertebrates such as worms, snails, insect larvae, and snails. Those that do feed on blood have developed an amazing method of doing so. Firstly, they latch onto the skin using a ring of tiny teeth, as you can see in the background, before injecting their prey with an anesthetic to calm them down, and then they slowly eat you alive. Then they bite into the skin using a Y-shaped mouthpiece, introducing a chemical that stops the blood from clotting. So they just drink you and milk you without resistance. They will then feed upon you until you're completely full, sometimes doubling in their size. Most leeches are very small, measuring no more than the length of your middle finger. An exception to these is the leeches of Mauritania, which can reach the size of a small dog. Imagine that, that's disturbing. They are much more mobile than their smaller cousin variety, and are able to jump rather high when attacking. They can jump at you, wow. Quite interesting how these leeches came to be as big as they are is something that is still a mystery. We can assume is that some kind of environmental influence impacted their size. And that concludes the lecture. Or I guess the vampires were experimenting with them. The vampires are the ones who currently rule over Mauritania, the other, I guess, area in Glynor. There's Missalin, which is Varrock, Falador, etc. Alcarid, which is the desert area, and then there's like Mauritania, like the swamp, werewolf area. Moles. What are these? Moles, the mammalian mountain makers. That's a very nice name too. Mammalian mountain makers. Like a bad name. Now, moles are small mammals of the Talpidae family. These subterranean burrowers mainly live on a diet of slugs, snails, and insects. They vary greatly in habitat and can be found almost everywhere in Glenor. Some species have been known to be aquatic. Male moles are known as boars with the female called sows. Should you come across a group of moles, you would call them a laborer. Moles are considered to be an agricultural pest in most places, digging up the ground, leaving molehills all over the place and destroying our crops. This has been highlighted in Valdor by Wyson the gardener, who, after using some Magnificus Mortifier's Super Ultra Flora growth potion, managed to create Glenor's only known species of giant mole. Which I think you actually fight in a quest. There's actually a quest where you fight this giant mole. This fearsome beast has huge claws, wicked teeth, and a penchant for shiny objects. It's also a very tough animal with thick, protective hide and ill temperament. So they do benefit the soil by aerating and tilling it to allow it to be less stale, similar to how you would use a rake to kind of move the dirt around, kind of just spread the nutrients around. That's what these moles kind of do as well. Contrary to popular belief, moles do not eat plant roots. And that's all for the lecture. Alright, whoops, wrong person. And then we have the penguins, haha. Penguins, the cunning birds of the sea. Follow me. Alright, this often macline aquatic bird is known to be native to the ice fields of Essentia, although they have been known to live as far as the fields of Lumbridge. These aquatic birds seem to spend the majority of their time eating and fostering their young. Unlike most animals that prefer cold climes, these Spinonisciformes work very well together in large groups by watching for predators and caring for each other's young. For creatures with such small brains, they do seem to have a disproportionate capacity for forward thinking and planning, as they serve no natural purpose. Scholars are divided as how this evolved. Their diet consists mainly of fish, squid, and a small shrimp-like creature called krill. However, some have developed a taste for mushrooms that grow around fairy rings. Oh, perhaps there is some magic that they have imbued. There's actually a interesting theory called the stone ape theory, in which I think someone proposed that the brain development from the ape that we know has kind of barbaric, like kind of just like very monkey-like, to who we are today. That conscious leap from brain development was stimulated by psilocybin, which is one of the main psychoactive components in mushrooms. So essentially, the theory is that some apes ate a bunch of mushrooms, and didn't die from it, and was like woke, literally woke, and just started to move in a different direction. And that's how we are now. Anyway, that's the idea of it anyway. Penguins primarily rely on their vision while hunting. What we don't know is how penguins locate prey in the darkness or at the great depths of the sea. Some theories suggest that penguins are helped by some other extrasensory perception, perhaps even precognition. Penguins spend a long time going without food when they are breeding. In fact, they don't even leave their young if they can help it. Fortunately, most penguins build up a layer of fat to keep them warm and give them energy to last the nesting period. And that concludes our lecture. Alright. How does a leech change when it feeds? It doubles in size. What shape is the inside of a leech's mouth? Y-shaped. What contributed to the giant growth of Mauritania leeches in environments? Alright, good. And let's see what this thing does. Okay, pretty straightforward. Alright. Camels, herbivore, carnivore, or omnivore? Omnivore. Looks good. Which camel byproduct is known to be very nutritious in milk? I've actually never had camel milk either. Where would you find an utaki? Al-Qaeda. Nice job, and let's just see what it does. Kapow! Okay. Who discovered giant moles? Wyson the gardener. He actually made one. Which family do moles belong to? The Taupidae family. What would you call a group of young moles at labor? A union. Just joking. Oh, that's actually pretty hilarious. Alright, and we have our penguin. Describe the behavior of penguins. Social. Which sense do penguins rely on when hunting? Sight. What is the preferred climate for penguins? Cold. Okay, pretty straightforward. And let's see what this thing does. Kapow! Quack, quack. That's like, that's what it is, and I think that's everything. Let's talk to this guy. Good day, mate. Good to go now. Beauty, mate. That is the best news I've heard all day. Glad I could help you out. Right, I'll have a chat with me boss over there and let him know what you've done. You know, with all this information you've absorbed, I reckon you could say you're experienced in slaying and hunting now. I guess so. No worries, mate. You take care now. Goodbye. Slayer, Hunter, yep, okay. And also, Kudos, 28 Kudos points. Alright, so before I leave, let me just quickly also claim some Kudos points from the Historian Minas upstairs as well. You see, there's a bunch of items here that we have done based on quests. There's like the shield arrow up there, runes, etc. So you can also claim some points by talking to this guy. Who the heck is Taurus? A brave adventure. I guess I'll talk to him after Historian Minas. Hello. I have some information to update your displays with. That's good. We've always been glad to find more facts. Tell me what you know. I infiltrated one of the gangs here in Varrock for the shoe of AeroQuest. We have gangs? Oh yeah. I managed to get half the shield back. Only half? The gang was a bit tough, you see. A friend helped me out get the other half. Yes, we were most pleased you to have the shield returned. As was the king, I imagine. This is wonderful news. I shall make the update to the display. Age year 700 to 800. And before I forget, we found this old lamp lying around. Since you have done such a good job, take it. Thank you very much. Alright. Oh, hold on, more information. I recently defeated the Wraith, a demon. I did it by using a sword called Silverlight, which is apparently the only sword that could do it. I can give you a description if you want. The Wraith, incredible. I am grateful to you for letting me know. Please tell me more about Silverlight and I'll get you something in return. I discovered the truth behind the Cornelian family fortune for the Hazul Coal Quest. Oh, is that family by Ardune? Yep. I got involved into their business and I found a secret cult in Ardune and found the Cornelian family that the Cornelian family started building the city of Ardune from a house they captured from the Zamrockian lord. Oh, that's a bit of gossip right there. Alright, keep going. Exciting. I'll put that up as well. I helped the older wizards rediscover how to access the Rune Essence Mine in the Rune Mysteries quest. Oh, tell me more. I can't do so because it's supposed to be hidden. You could only get there by teleportation. Okay, that's fine. I think that's everything we can do right now. Actually, no, there's more. I have more information for you. Oh, never mind. I seem to have everything on. Explain everything to you. Okay, let's see what else you got going on here. Alright, it's fine. And you also get a lamp, which I'll use on rune crafting. No. Oh, I can't do it. I can't. Oh, wow. I can't do this. Okay. Oh, that is a shame. The 4 skills I actually need to use it on, I don't have access to it. I guess we'll do Slayer. Alright. Okay. And then I'll talk to Torax and then end this session. Hi. 3rd age? No, maybe 4th age. Hello? Yes, just like that. Mustn't forget the map either. What else? Hello. So sorry. I was engrossed in updating this display. I've been out questing and thought I could stop by here and get some rewards for that. Yes, well, no need to ignore me, fellow adventurer. No offense intended, my dear chap, just very interested in history as all. Have you seen the natural history exhibit in the basement? Marvelous, I particularly like the wyvern. Very interesting, consider they never found a live specimen, and to think that they could possibly have been flapping at some point in time. A bit crazy like gnomes and their gliders. Have you seen the model they have upstairs? Very intricate as well. Had a chat with Jacobs while I was up there, the art critic. He's a bit funny in the head. That's not very nice. He thinks he's going to get an entire portrait gallery to himself. Who knows? The museum's really gotten big. They could perhaps entertain him with his own floor. I guess so. He'll come up with then as well. Bye. So I guess this is like a regular conversation with other fellow travelers. So I'm not gonna continue. Alright, so that's it for this session. Have a good day, everyone.